Morning guys, Pat here again, and today we're working legs. We've spent the last 2 days kind of targeting our chest and our back, so now we need to move to that lower body. So what you need here is you want a good pair of tennis shoes on. It's going to help flatten out that surface, okay? We're going to engage our core because it's going to be a balance move. You're going to be on one leg for half the time, and then you're going to switch to the other leg, all right? So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. That's no equipment necessary, all right? Make sure you have a flat surface. If you're doing this on carpet, it's going to be a little bit more difficult, okay? Just because you don't have a flat surface to work on, all right? Let's go ahead and get started. All right, so starting position, feet are shoulder width apart, okay? Lots of things to remember here as far as body alignment goes, okay? Now what we're going to do, okay, we're going to start with that right leg lifted first. So naturally what happens when you lift one leg up, all that weight is transferred to that other side. So what I want you to make sure of, starting out, okay, starting with level 1 of course, one foot is lifted, okay, first I want you to find that balance, okay. I want you to keep this shoulder over this hip. So notice I'm not leaned into it. I'm not leaning forward and I'm not leaning back. You're up nice and tall, okay? And this foot is lifted. You want a slight bend in this left knee. You don't want to lock that knee out, okay? It's going to get real painful if you do. Slight bend in that knee. This hand, I like to put it on my side. It just creates an even balance for me, okay? You can have it anywhere. You can have it out here, down to your side, wherever your balance is, okay? And you may notice yourself doing this, teetering as we get started, all right? This leg is going to burn up. This is the one that's working, even though this is the one that's moving, okay, because it's supporting all that weight. Core in nice and tight. Level 1, your knee's not coming up as high. That's going to determine your level, how high you're bringing that leg, okay? So, first move, we're flexing that foot. Notice that foot is flexed, okay? Bend in the knee. Meaning a flexed foot, you're pushing that heel down towards the floor and the toe is lifted, keeping a flat bottom on that shoe, okay? And all you're doing is pulsing, lifting right here with that foot flexed, slight bend in that knee, abs are nice and tight, okay? So level 1, we've got just a slight lift, okay? Your level 2, coming up a little bit higher, and notice my range of motion. I'm not going all the way down and then all the way up. Okay, it's just tiny, like you're pushing a gas pedal, okay? Good. And just pulsing. That's all you're doing here. What I want for your pulses, okay, is I want 20 right here. Level 3, you're coming up even with that hip, and you're pulsing that knee straight into the ceiling, okay? So from a side view, you want that knee right in alignment with your hip, slight bend in that other knee, and you're pulsing straight up. Trying to keep that knee right up by that hip, not allowing it to drop past the hip, okay? Good. So, what you do, you have 20 on the front. Here comes your challenge, okay? No break. You're going to immediately roll that foot out. Level 1, you're down here, and tiny presses, okay? What this is doing is getting more of that inner thigh. Still, all that weight is on the left. It's working hard, trust me, okay? So you have 20 right here, foot is still flexed. Level 2, you're coming a little higher. Still not even with that hip, but between levels 1 and level 3, okay? And then level 3, you're up nice and tall. Now this is where you're going to notice that you start to lean. No, keep that shoulder over that hip and press up. That foot is still flexed. Notice how I'm pushing that heel down and that toe is lifted. That is going to work that glute and that inner thigh, okay? So you have 20 right here. Good. Third position, slightly lean forward, okay? Chest is still lifted, shoulder is still over that hip, foot is still flexed. This time I have a straight leg on this side, okay? Slight bend in that other knee, and you're lifting, okay? Straight into the ceiling with that foot. It's going to work that ugly butt syndrome, right? That part that hangs over that thigh. Okay, tiny lifts, and you want 20 repetitions, okay? Notice this leg starting to shake because it has all that weight on it. You've been here for 20, 20, and 20. So 60 repetitions on one side. Good. When you finish, this is the leg that needs to be shaked out, okay? Because that's the one all that weight has been on. So I just want you to shake that leg out, take it out in front, and set into that hip. It's really going to get that hamstring stretch. Okay, toe is lifted, chest is up, and hips are back. So you're right here. Flatten that back out. Okay? Good. And then in order to stretch that calf out, because it's going to be nice and tight from being engaged for that period of time, you're going to lower that toe and lift that toe. So you're extending, pulling up. Okay? Then you step right up into that side. Okay? Put that weight on the right side, and I want you to grab that foot that was on the floor supporting all that weight, okay, and come into that quad stretch. Now your quad stretch here is also hip flexors, so I'm going to turn back towards you. You want those thighs plugged as close together as you can. Hips are squared to the front of the room. And I want you to push those hips forward, tightening your glutes. And you're going to feel that stretch all the way from that knee up into that hip flexor, stretching that quad. Okay, soft knees. And release. Shake it out. Now all that weight, other side, okay? Again, slight bend in that knee, shoulder over the hip. Level 1, you're just barely off the floor. Remember to flex that foot. Tiny presses, okay? Now we're transferring all that weight onto the right side. So you have 20 right here. Level 2, a little bit higher, between levels 1 and 3. And level 3, you're all the way up, even with that hip, right here. Okay? Good. So you have 20 right there, no break. And then you rotate it out. I call this Captain Morgan. You've seen the commercial, right? We do these a lot in class. And you're going to lift. Level 1 is here, keeping that foot flexed. Level 2, a little bit higher. And level 3, all the way up. Okay? Find that balance. It's nice, slow, tiny presses, 20. Rotate that foot behind, keeping it lifted off the floor. Slightly lean forward. Shoulders are still square to the front. Hips are still square to the front. And lifting through that heel. Only thing lifting is that leg, and you're squeezing your glutes, okay, on that left side. And you have 20 there. Again, once you finish, drop that foot, shake out that right, and go right into that hamstring stretch, calf stretch, stand it up, quad stretch. Okay? So what you do, you're going to have 3 sets of those, okay? You're going to take 30 to 45 seconds break between, go right back into it again. Make sure you take a tiny stretch during that rest period each time. It's going to help that muscle repair. Okay, and so you can go into it again and make it all the way through your set. Again, go through both sides, that's 1 set. Set 2, go through both sides, that's 2 sets. And then do it for the 3rd time, getting that stretch at the end. Pick your levels. I would try and start out, okay, with that challenging one. Where you're going to notice where your level matters is how much core stability you have, because you don't want to be doing this business trying to balance and then lift that foot. I'm more interested in your core being nice and tight and your body staying neutral without rocking side to side. So pick that level based upon your balance, okay? It's not all about getting way up here. You'll get there. You just may not start there, all right? So what that's going to do, it's going to work quads, it's going to work inner thigh, and it's going to work glutes. And you're going to feel your calves burning up as well, all right? So fantastic. You got your leg movement for the day. Check in on Facebook. Let me know how you're doing. See you guys later.